Hello everyone. I hope you're not going stir crazy too much with lockdown. And in a couple of weeks' time, it's going to be the big Camp from Home event, which is a worldwide event for Scouts where everybody's getting involved. And I was just trying to come up with a couple of ideas that might help you enjoy your camp at home a little bit more. You might not have a tent and you might not have a fire pit, so it's just trying to work through a couple of little ideas where you could maybe dig some things out the shed or the garage or the bottom of the garden and use them as part of your camp. So this first section we're going to just look at campfires, and I think the best type to try and use a type called a Swedish fire log or a rocket log. When we get into it you'll see why. So I hope you enjoy this, and we'll crack on and I'll show you the video. Hello everyone, it's 2 weeks to go till we do the camp from home. So just in preparation for that, I thought we'd show you how to do a Swedish fire log or a different variation on it. So if you wanted to have a little controlled campfire, then you can. So we've got a section of log. I appreciate you might not have a section of log, so the variations that we're going to show you in a bit will be something that you might have more likely have kicking around in the shed or the garage. So we've got a section of log, we marked it out on the top where it's going to get cut, and then we've marked down the side how deep it's going to get cut. So we started off with a piece like that. Could have done a big one like this on the floor, but to be fair, something that size will be more than adequate just to cook a couple of marshmallows or do a pot noodle or something like that with. One, that's a good one. So you see there, 3 cuts, about 20 centimetres down, equally spaced, and that's it. Job's a good on that one. Okay, so if you have got the log but you haven't got a chainsaw, you can just use a normal wood saw. The thing to realise though is if you do it with a normal wood saw, the blade thickness is a lot thinner compared to the thickness of a chainsaw blade. So the problem with that is that when you come to light it, the air gap isn't that big for letting the air in to actually get it burning. So what it might be an idea to do is, if you're going to use a handsaw, instead of doing 3 slits, do 4 slits, which I know is going to take a bit more effort, a bit more elbow grease. The other thing that you could do is, if you've got a drill, if you could get your biggest drill bit that you've got and drill a hole down the middle first, and again all that'll do is make sure that you've got a decent size hole down the middle so that the firelighters can get down the middle, and also so that you can get the air into it so it'll actually burn and breathe, otherwise you might struggle to light it. Okay, what we're going to do next is called a rocket log. It's a very similar principle, but instead of cutting in, you can drill in. So if you haven't got a chainsaw but you've got a drill, if you can use the biggest drill bit that you've got, the bigger the better really. I think this one's about 32mm diameter, something like that. And you ideally, the longer the better as well. But whatever you've got, just get it set up and we'll show you what to do. Okay, so when you've got your section of log, we're going to drill 2 holes. One, the centre of it is going to be slap bang down the middle of, in the middle of the log, and then the second one, that's going to make your chimney, and then you're going to make your fireplace. So we're going to do another one which will come in this way. So start off, do it there. done with this one now. We've drilled the 2 holes, so we've got the fireplace hole there and the chimney hole there. Okay, so that's the job finished. And the thing I like about both this one and this one is that when they're burning, if either of them fall over, the flames are all up the middle, so it's not dangerous. The other thing that we're going to do shortly is just to bang in 3 nails into the top, and that gives yourself a nice little air gap just on the top here, and somewhere to support a kettle or a pan to boil some water or do some cooking. That'll do. It's alright, job's a good one. Okay, so when that's burning, you can see under there be a nice little gap for the flames to lick up. So try the pot on there, just make sure it's something like level. Is that alright? Yeah.
This end is not level.
So what we're going to do now is to make a Swedish log from some offcuts of wood. So it's all the same principle. We're trying to get a chimney up the middle and then a breathing hole at the bottom. So what we've done is we've just got some offcuts of wood. Doesn't matter about the size really. Old fence post, bit of 3x2, anything. We've just marked them all up at the same length. So if you're going to cut this by hand, mark it up with a line to start with, and try and get the saw to follow the line. Can you move your fingers back slightly? Okay, I'll hold it. That's it, so I've got a piece done. I'm going to do another 4 that length. So we've got our 4 pieces that are all the same length now. Now what we're going to do is arrange them so that we've got a chimney up the middle. Okay, so that's the kind of shape that we're looking to try and achieve. So with one of the pieces, your measurements haven't got to be precise with this, just mark 2 parallel lines, say roughly 2 centimetres from the bottom and 2 to 3 centimetres, 2 lines there. What we're going to do is we're going to cut one and then the other about halfway through. Okay, so once got these 2 lines there, just take a wood chisel. I'm just going to chop that bit out. If you haven't got a wood chisel, use a screwdriver, but don't tell your woodwork teacher at school because they'll go loopy at that. Okay, so that's the little offcut of wood. What we're going to do now is just mark that roughly. Again, the good thing with all of this, you haven't got to be over precise, you're only making firewood. So put a little mark on there, come back over to the chopping block. Bosh it with a what we're going to do now is use that bit there to form the base of the fire. So if you look at it from this angle, that's going to be our hole to get the air in, and then the chimney's following up this way. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just nail this together with 4 nails. Okay, you could use screws, it doesn't matter, whatever you can put your hands on. So that's the first one in. Let's roll it over. Already got a ready-made hole there, a little bit of scrap there at the garage. Same again. I'm just going to pop that little bit in there. Just keep everything tight as you're nailing it together. That won't even need fixing at the bottom. So that's fairly solid. That'll move slightly, but it doesn't matter, it's not going anywhere. Oh, it's not going anywhere as it falls out the bottom. You can see you've got your little chimney, and then you've got the little air hole. That'll do exactly the same as the other one. And we'll just tap in three nails on the top just to make a tripod base. Again, you could use screws, doesn't matter, you can even hammer them in. It's another good option if you're going to have a little fire at home. Just the only difference I find with these compared to these, I wouldn't cook directly over these with marshmallows because all the sawdust is held together with glue, so you don't know what sort of chemicals are coming off that, where these are just natural wood, so it's going to be fairly clean to be cooking on. And you're going to have to think where you put it, so normally I'll use like an old cooking pot or a couple of bricks, something like that. They do hold themselves together quite well, they don't crumble all over the place. But the other thing is, with all of these, the fire's going to come up the middle in quite a controlled way. With this, it does lick about a little bit in the wind, and you've got to think how you're going to put your pot or whatever over the top if you're going to try and cook in a pan or a pot on top of it. The other thing I was just going to mention is if you're going to try and if you're going to maybe try and use some power tools to help you out doing these, when you cut with a circular saw, you've only got that kind of depth when you're cutting your slots in. So that's all well and good to get yourself away and started, but what I suggest after you've done your initial cuts with that is to follow it up with one of these and get those slits down to 20 centimetres, something like that. That allows plenty of air in at the bottom and allows it to burn all the way through. I find the best way to start them is probably, if you've got any, is barbecue fire lighting blocks. Just break off a chunk. If you've got one of these, just crumble it up, slot it down the cracks. What you've got to remember is fire is burning upwards, so you need to be getting this to the bottom of the slit to get it to burn. If you've got a rocket like this, I would light it, pop it in the hole, gently push it in with a stick. Same with this one, get it in at the bottom, just gently push it in with a stick. You can put other little bits of twigs in and stuff, but what you've got to remember is you've got to allow enough air in to get it burning, because if you don't, it will just go out anyway. So they're absolutely ideal. If you haven't got any of them, now's the time really to just start having a think, because you've got 2 weeks to, you could just get some little twigs off a tree, something like that. It's no good at the moment to try and burn that because it's just too green, it won't light, it will smoke, it'll just be a bit of a nightmare. But if you just collect yourself a little bag of them and leave it in the shed for a couple of weeks in a plastic bag and let it go bone dry, in 2 weeks time when we're ready to light it, you'll have a nice little bundle of kindling, and again you can just build yourself a little fire on the top and then all the sparks will drop into it. You can try and poke a couple down the hole. And again, what you've got to remember is you're trying to light the fire at the bottom, not light the fire at the top. But if you do a little tower fire on there, the spark will drop down and it will get going eventually. Another little tip, if you've got something like this, or even one of the other types, if you think it's a little bit wobbly and it could be a bit dangerous, the other thing you could do, just get a little old scrap of wood. Just a bit of an old picture frame. Go to the bottom edge of the bottom edge of it. Wood, screws, anything. Doesn't matter. It hasn't got to be pretty. Okay, one, maybe two of them if you wanted to. It's going to massively improve the stability of it, just to stop it toppling over. If you wanted to put one coming out this way as well, you could do. That's absolutely solid now. So, just another little thought. When you actually do come round to lighting it, probably not the best idea to have it on the grass. Just not so much it's going to catch fire or anything, but it could scorch and leave a mess. So either put a couple of handfuls of gravel down, or get it on a couple of bricks or a paving slab or whatever you can do. So have some fun. Okay, last thing everyone. Before you light your fire, just have a couple of thoughts about health and safety. So have yourself a bucket of water ready, just in case you need to put it out quickly. Have a look around, check your neighbours' gardens, make sure there's nobody got the washing out or nobody's got the windows open. Last thing you want to do in lockdown is end up with having a bust up with your neighbours, but just a little bit of thought and consideration. Wait till it's gone dark before you light it and have a quick look round and have fun, but be safe.